Hey guys, pretty excited today because we have a video of a viewer of mine who is doing Clown Gate 3 with an Emperor Arcana. And the timing couldn't be better because we're going to watch this, we're going to react to it a little bit. And why I say the timing is good is because we're also in the process of making our Alt Arcana. So I'm going to be growing my Alt Arcana on the channel. And this Arcana is also going to be playing Emperor. Did I say Empress? Emperor. So, video of my viewer doing Gate 3 Clown on Emperor Arcana. I think their item level was at 1515, so I'm really excited to see what this player can do. If you guys want to submit clips that I can react to of your Arcana gameplay, you can be doing raids, Guardian raids, tricks and parses and stuff, and when I collect enough of them, I can make a video like this where I watch and react to you guys playing the raids, then let me know because I would be happy to do that. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Oh, the recording is so good. We're at 1440p. Hopefully you guys can see that clearly. So one of the things about Emperor Arcana, as I understand it, is that a lot of their attacks are delayed and you have to commit the location of the attack. So they're using Evoke and Dark Resurrection there. Thankfully, Clown was standing still for a while. But you can see there that he just rolled out of the damage a little bit. Oh, counter! The only counter you have as well is Return. Which thankfully, because you're a full swiftness class, the cooldown of Return is not that long. So you actually kind of commonly have access to your counter. It's just that there's a lot of buttons you're pressing and a lot of like setup that you have to do for your damage, so it might be hard to like catch the timing when you need it. That's how it seems. By the way, the particular viewer that we're watching, their name is Gho4st, so we're watching Gho4st today. Look at how fast that is. One of the nice things about having full swiftness on Clown, I think, is one, it really helps when you're doing mechanics and stuff like that, dodging saws, dodging hooks, and also doing the Mario phases. Swiftness is really good. Not only that, but just for general mechanics and stuff like that, it's really convenient to have the extra movement speed. Nice. The double Mysterious Stampede is really great because you have the quick draw tripod on it, and because you get multiple uses of it, you can draw a lot of cards out of it. Also, a nice thing about Emperor is that drawing star isn't the end of the world. It's not the worst. It's not the worst. Maybe not necessarily the best. Oh, okay. So right there, this is like, I don't really know what you do about that. You can't really wait. So in this situation, we see that Clown is just kind of like, he rolls. He just randomly does a roll after he's done with this attack. And then he just walks off towards his teammates. This is one of the things that I think is really tough. Like, Empress Arcana wouldn't have much issue doing damage in this case, right? Because you just stack up on the boss, all of your moves can kind of like move with the boss, you know? Like, this isn't like a particularly difficult situation. The only way that you could do damage here as Emperor is to look into the future, see that Clown is walking towards your teammates, and then put your evokes like where you think Clown is going to end up. But that's like so difficult, right? Like, this is not like a very good situation for Emperor Arcana. Okay, killing the tower should be super convenient because as long as it's jumped in the near, in recent times, it won't move. Love that! Do you guys see that? Oh, I don't know if you guys could see that really clearly because of my camera. Like we were saying before, right? Emperor Arcana, you have to kind of like have some kind of foresight. And you know when he eats the ball, see Clown is doing the move where he's eating the ball? He's gonna flip backwards, alright? And our hero, being very aware of this, places a double evoke there. That's in the right place. And I think he got the damage off in time too, so I think he got rewarded for that, though it might have been really close. Still though. One of the nice things, however, is that because you're full swiftness, your cooldowns are very low, so even though it really does suck to miss your evokes and stuff like that, it might not feel that bad because at least you can try again pretty soon. But I guess it's a double-edged sword because by that same standard, you also kind of want to make sure you're cycling your abilities really fast, right? So you can't just wait. When you play something like Surge Deathblade, you have some amount of time from when you stack up to when you actually need to use your surge, which gives you some flexibility, right? You can fish for the back attack as you want. But when you're playing like a low cooldown class, a high swiftness class like Emperor, you lose out on a lot of damage if you sacrifice your uptime, right? You can do like an attack once every 4 seconds, but you're waiting like 8, 16, 20 seconds, right? You're losing out on a lot of damage. Nice, we're doing Mario 3. I want you guys to see this, by the way. Full swiftness in Mario. If you guys are playing like spec classes and stuff like that, I don't think you really appreciate full swiftness in Mario. It goes by so fast. And when you're playing support too, you also have like the yearning buff. Like, you go so fast. Nice on the evoke. He jumps out of the awakening, but I think that's kind of okay. That's so much burst. Also remember that our friend Ghost here is at 1515. So the gear level is pretty high, but just the damage that they're putting out is so insane. It was really fun for me to watch this because it's just such a different... Look how fast that is. That is so fast. That is so ridiculously fast. It's so hilarious. It's just such a different perspective, right? Because I play mostly Empress Arcana. And so just seeing the fight, the decision making is very different, right? The pace of the game is also very different. Gotta wait, yeah. Wait a little bit. When the missiles go high, basically just kill the clowns. Play it safe. Don't try to jump. Just kill the clowns on that level when the missile goes high. Just don't risk it. So far, I think Ghost is playing really, really, really well. Nice, nice. It's a good amount of time that clown is standing still, and this is another opening, right? You know that when he's summoning Mario, he takes some time to channel. The only danger, and we saw that here, is when the tower spawns, that flame tower, when the Mario transition is happening, that tower could jump on the boss, and especially if there aren't like the circus balls spawned, you don't want to accidentally kill those towers, and I feel like that could be really easy to do on Emperor because you have a lot of circle AoEs, you know? Just be really careful of that stuff. Oh, another perfect opportunity to do tons of damage here. And the double Emperor on top of that. Oh my gosh. So much damage. Wait, I want to see how many bars that was. Okay, let's see. He was at 42 bars. This is with double Emperor. Puts down 2 evokes. His teammates basically didn't do damage here. So they almost took off like, was it 7 bars on his own? Just as a PSA, because I think it's always worth mentioning. See what Ghost did there. After you break out, you walk down. Never walk left. Sometimes you will actually run into the saw if you're fast enough. If you walk left, sometimes when you're free and you immediately walk left, you can still die to the saw. Nice. I feel like pretty consistently, like there's some pretty good windows to do damage on Emperor. I really feel like that change to evoke really helped. The delay between when evoke pops. This really helped clean up like the consistency of the build a lot more. Nice dodging. This is a very good way to avoid the jumps, is just go behind Clown when Clown spawns on you. Because then you don't get hit by the fan. And we're into bingo! Bingo time. Bingo should be pretty good. There's a lot of moves where Clown stands still in bingo as well. As long as you can manage the actual bingo itself, you can actually get a lot of really good uptime on Clown in this phase. It's just normally, it's not really that worth it if you're trying to play cleanly and consistently, because if you mess up bingo, that can be disastrous. But damage isn't really an issue in that phase, right? So playing safe during bingo is generally what people do. Emperor, Emperor! He's got the royal card. What is royal damage for 5 seconds? Is that what it is? Or is royal the crit? I can't remember. Another huge burst. Gets a return. Your crit damage buff is also up very consistently on Emperor just because the cooldowns are so low. You're using return to hit your evoke and your dark resurrection. And then you get a bunch of bonuses. Okay, so probably a situation like that. Like, I think this is one of the things that's tough about decision making for Emperor. You're an uptime class, so you want to be cycling your abilities as much as you can. But at the same time, like, obviously you want to wait for the boss to commit to whatever the boss is doing, right? So in this case, Clown is just walking towards another teammate to do a move. But because Ghost committed the double evoke here, kind of end up in this really awkward situation where your evokes kind of whiff. If you had maybe waited a little bit, then maybe you could have gotten that off. But in the moment when you're doing the fight, that's like, it's really hard because you're trying to keep everything on cooldown, you know? This is a perfect opportunity here. That's the situation again. And it might get to the point where it's like, generally, for practical purposes, you generally just want to throw things out, right? Because if you're always waiting, nice time stop. If you're always trying to wait, you maybe lose so much uptime over the course of a fight that it's not worth it. So that probably, right, like third bomb, you have the bingo. That one, you probably know that you're going to miss an ability when you throw it out, but yeah, it's just interesting to think about the philosophy behind playing uptime classes. Right, on the one hand, your cooldowns are really low, and you gain a lot by making sure everything is put on cooldown, so even if you sometimes miss, it's not that big of a deal. You just want to make sure that you're taking the risks, right, all the time. Whereas when you're playing a class like Surge, like, you really, the math on taking the risk is, like, so bad. Like, you don't ever really want to be randomly throwing out Surge. You don't really randomly, on Empress, you don't want to randomly use your Cold Judgment, right? Like, the risk reward is just not there because the cooldowns are long, it's a valuable resource, it's a lot of your damage. But maybe on the Swiftest class, it's a little bit different, you know? It is painful to miss evokes and dark resurrections, but the cooldown is short enough and you're an uptime class, so like, maybe the calculation is better for you to generally be throwing your damage out. I don't know. I'll have to play that more myself to find that out. That was just unfortunate. At least he hit the Dark Resurrection there. So much damage. Got 7 mil, 6 mil on Dark Resurrection. Nice. Oh, you did the same thing again. You did double evoke on a 3 bomb. Unfortunate. Nice. They could probably Nineveh and just kill it. Huge uptime. So I believe the relic set that Ghost is running is full Nightmare as well, which I think got more popular over Dominion. I'm not sure what all the reasons are, but from what I can gather, big reason number one is Boundless Mana's mana management is a big thing because they got fast enough that mana became a problem. And then the second thing is that, 64%. So I think Emperor has moved to Boundless because, one, their mana issues, I think, got more pronounced with the new patch. And then the cooldown reduction on top of all the swiftness was just as good, right? In Boundless compared to, well, I wouldn't say just as good, but you still got the cooldown reduction and you also kind of like solve a lot of your mana issues with a Nightmare set. I'd love to know what the benefits of running partial Dominion, partial Nightmare is, what people consider to be higher upper end, what are the benefits of running, 4-piece Dominion versus 2-piece Dominion versus full Nightmare, right? There's a few different iterations, so these are all things that we're going to learn. But, I don't know, guys. I thought that was pretty insane. I thought that Ghost played really well. I was super happy that he recorded this video so that we could watch it and put it on the channel for you guys. Again, My Discord link is in the description below, so if you guys want to join, that's the best way for you guys to send me YouTube clips and stuff of you guys doing content, which I'd love to see, because I actually really like to do these videos where I react to you guys doing raids and stuff like that. It makes the content a little bit more dynamic, a little bit more fun. So with that, what's coming up? I'll probably have a video. I might combine the updates on my roster into one video, because I'm going to have my Empress Arcana, which I'm going to talk about. I've spent a little bit of time on my Empress Arcana doing 4 Ruin Evoke, and maybe we'll just do a short update on my thoughts for that. Updates about my Reaper. There's a lot of things that I can update you guys on the Reaper on. And then my Emperor Arcana is going to be a new thing that I'm growing. So I might just consolidate the weekly update videos into one thing, and then have individual videos about the individual characters if there's something specific. But thank you guys. As always, you guys are wonderful. If you see a stream, come drop by and say hello. I love to chat with you guys on stream. So do that if you're ever available and if you just want to hang out. Okay, bye-bye.